Hi, Ian again. Today another review, this time of my tenor Zelda from STLocarina.com. Now I know, the first thing you're going to say, that is not a tenor Zelda from STL.com, or STLocarina.com I should say. Well, it is, though slightly modified. It is blue, and it does come blue the way you see it, although that metal band is something I did myself. When I originally got this, as you'll see on their website, it is simply a yellow triangle. Not a Triforce, a full yellow triangle. Now, I'm a little bit too hardcore Zelda to accept that a triangle will suffice as a Triforce. And the artist in me, well, actually here, let's see there to my side, that's the painting I'm working on currently. I decided I had to improve this aesthetically to make it a little bit more Zelda-worthy. It's never going to be a replica, but at least it could be a little bit more Zelda. Just got the Triforce painted in light, dark gold, and bronze, and you know, got the kind of a silvery finish around the side there, around the band where it would normally be. Now this is tuned in the key of C. 12-hole ocarina, you see the 12 holes on top and the 2 thumb holes. Now the thumb holes on this are one on each hand, one there and one here. Now I'll come back to that. Scale. Well, the first thing I will say, it surprises me every time I play it, is the bottom ranges of this, especially lifting up the first 4 fingers on the right hand. The tone is excellent. I mean, it's crisp, it's round, it's full, it's what an ocarina should sound like as far as I'm concerned. Or at least a clay ocarina should sound like. On the high ranges, however, it's a little bit more disappointing. When you're going to first get this, especially if you're not used to blowing harder when you go up the range, you're going to think this is way too airy. And this is way too airy. I mean, it is. You can correct it going up. You blow a lot harder. You can get it to the point where it's at least acceptable, but it's never going to be, it's probably never going to be overall the best sounding ocarina that you're going to have. You might have stuff that's worse than this, but it's not going to be easy, or hard rather, to top this. Excuse me. The other thing is, in terms of the subholes, the one on top, that one there, there's no issues there. It plays the way it should. The bottom one, however, though, and this has been a common aspect of this ocarina, is that it's a little bit too small, and that affects the way that it actually changes the pitch. And I'll demonstrate here. I mean, there's a really small difference. Like, you're talking maybe 1/4 of an eighth of a pitch. It's definitely not a half step, I think, is what it's supposed to be. What I've kind of gotten to the custom of doing is and basically what I'm doing there is I'm just blowing a lot less hard when I roll onto the subhole, just to help correct the tuning a little bit. It's not something you should have to do, but you know, well, you got the ocarina, you make the best of it. In terms of songbook, comes with this. Now, this ocarina can be bought 2 ways. Well, when I bought it anyway, you could buy just the ocarina for a price, or for an extra $10 or so US, you could get a songbook and a protector's case, which I'll come back to. One notable thing about this that I do want to point out is, well, here. This is the numerical system that STL used. Now, the way it works is each number is assigned to a specific note on the ocarina. The dots on the bottom are to extend the range. So like a 3 with a dot below it is not the same note as a 3 with a dot above it, or no dot at all, because of course there's only 1 to 7, and an ocarina has more than 7 notes. Also, the lines along the bottom are used to essentially denote either 8th, or if there's 2, it's a 16th. My main criticism of this, it's really hard to read on the fly. I'm not able to do it, and I've been trying. I've really tried, because there's some really good songs in here, Zelda songs. Not able to do it. Basically, what I've been doing is you read it, you work through it holding the ocarina, you play the notes, just to develop a little bit of muscle memory. Then you come back to it, you play it, and then you get better at playing it up speed and whatnot. It also comes with this. This is just a simple little book that they come. It has some exercises on well, the numerical system and some simple songs, as well as this. On the back of the page, you do have the, well, actually not full key chart. Some of the notes on the bottom range are missing. But everything up top is there. You get the number, of course, and the corresponding note. This is the case. For those of you who have seen my previous ocarinas, well, previous clay ocarinas, my Maparam and my Songbird Zelda, you're having a WTF moment looking at this if you've never seen it. It's pretty flimsy in terms of padding. It's not substantial. The size, however, is very good. You know, the ocarina fits in it quite well. You know, it's not excess. However, if you put your ocarina in this and drop it, you will break your ocarina. This is mostly to protect the surface. You know, you don't scratch it, whatever. You always want to take good care of your ocarinas, but with that, you're going to want to take better care of it. I'm going to play a couple of songs. Another Zelda ocarina, 2 more Zelda songs. Song of Time, you know, I got to thinking about that the other day. Of all the songs I'd played Zelda's Lullaby, which was a good spot to start, but I'd never played Song of Time, and to me, that one comes right after. So it was due, as was the review for this ocarina, where it was my first. One more song. I played this with my hind alto, I believe, and I had mutilated it quite properly where I was trying to learn it by ear, and I probably didn't spend enough time learning it before I tried to play it, but whatever, I'm not that timid. So I'm going to try it again. I got a hold of some decent tabs for this, so it should be better. Much better than the first time I tried to play it. I do suspect at least I was hitting the right notes. Tempo might have been a little off, but I can work with it. So yeah, that pretty much sorts it out. Like I said, I mean, a lot of people, this is going to end up being their first ocarina, because, especially if you're in the U.S., because it's accessible, it's not only expensive rather, it's fairly attractive. You're getting a Transforce 12 full, you know, why not? Again, be wary of the things that I said. You're probably, when you get this, you're probably going to want to move on to something a little bit better. If you're going to stick with the instrument or want to be serious about it, you know, move on to something with a little bit better sound quality. In terms of just playing Zelda songs, you know, if that's all you really want it for, I don't see any issues there. You know, it can be worked with, especially where a lot of the Zelda songs don't use subholes anyway. Where the subhole is a little bit of an issue there. Yeah, don't be afraid of it. It will not kill your ocarina ambitions. It was my first. It won't kill yours. You get what you pay for. It's still a fun little ocarina. Sentimental value and a little bit of an art project. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to answer. And in the coming days, I will be, well, as I mentioned in the last video, doing a video just discussing the different Zelda ocarinas that are available to you Zelda fans out there. And also I'll have a review of my STL Purple Clay, which I finally got back. So yeah, that'll be coming up in the coming days or weeks. Thank you, and have a good night.